Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, today marks 5 days since I stopped using caffeine, and I think this is the longest I've gone without caffeine for close to 30 years. When I was a kid, I was addicted to soda, and then I traded that habit for the baking chocolate, and so I really never took a break from the caffeine, and unless I was like not allowed it for some reason, right? I talked about how I was locked up in a juvenile detention center. One of my subscribers wanted to know the circumstances of when I was locked up. I really don't want to talk about it, except to say that it's very similar to the kind of problems I have today, actually. A lot of times I don't do very well with communicating with other people. I talked about in my last video how oftentimes I go to a meeting with my boss, or I'm very nervous on a first date or something like that, and as soon as I leave that environment, I collapse. I actually got in trouble at Phoenix College. The janitor thought I had some kind of medical issue or something. I just gone to talk to my boss, and I came back to the office and I collapsed because I just felt drained of energy. And at least I'm willing to communicate these days, right? When I was a teenager, oftentimes people didn't know what I was looking for, and they just thought I was going to cause trouble, right? At least now I'm willing to communicate. It's just that it completely drains me afterwards. So that was one time that I went about 4.5 days without caffeine. This time I broke that record even. There were times when I was, had trouble at home and my parents didn't allow me to have my soda. There have been times like that, but that wasn't nearly as long. Usually I complained my way out of that, right? And so this is my first time in 30 years that I have gone 5 days without caffeine. It's a mixed bag. You know, when I first stopped the caffeine, I got lost and confused, and I was making all sorts of mistakes. And I almost thought I pondered whether or not I should take time off at work because I was making mistakes at work. I teach computer science, and in the middle of the class, I just get lost and say the wrong thing. You guys may have even seen me say a few wrong things. Yesterday, I was about to sing the Peter Dislike Show jingle, but I accidentally sang Peter Schiff Show, right? Because I was thinking about what Peter Schiff was going to say about the markets and just things like that. And I was comparing prices, and I made a mistake there. Just logic and math just completely go out the window when you're in a caffeine withdrawal situation. But it's nice because I did so many things I would not have done. Like, I can't focus on writing my computer games. I've been networking more with people and telling people about my caffeine withdrawal, and I'll have to think about on Monday if I'm still feeling like I probably won't feel like shit on Monday anymore. But if I do, I'll probably want to make a quick just a quick announcement that, you know what, I recently had to make some changes to my diet. I might not say caffeine, but changes to my diet. That if I apologize if please correct me if I'm going off the rails in terms of I don't know. I'll have to think hard if I want to do. Hopefully by Monday it will be a non-issue. But yesterday, even I was at a board game meetup, and I was like, oh my god, I'm making all these dumb mistakes, and thank God it was just a game, right? Thank God it wasn't like I was really worried about my driving. Actually, I was kind of pondering how I should rearrange my stuff to minimize the amount of driving I had to do, and or maybe take some time off of work to get over this. But thankfully, nothing happened there. Unfortunately, my silver still, or my see, I'm all confused. My tantalum hasn't arrived yet. I'm doing some anodization projects on tantalum. Anyways, lost and confused, but that's good. You know, it kind of reminded me of we should take this as an adventure. I don't know how many of my viewers made some New Year's resolutions. Maybe not to stop using caffeine, but to eat healthier, to stop drinking, to stop smoking, to stop vaping, or to network more with people. I don't know how many people made some resolutions, and it probably involves some change, but I want you to take this as not as giving up something, but as exploring something new, right? So for example, everybody knows when you go on vacation, you miss stuff back at home, right? I'm guilty of that, right? I miss my food back home, but especially if I go to another country, right? You can't really find the same food. You miss your connections at home, but you know what? You explore what's out there, right? So for example, things can go wrong when you're on vacation too, right? Your flight could get delayed because of the flight attendants quitting, right? Your hotels could be not available because of certain issues, right? COVID restrictions, right? We take that in stride. We go to another hotel, we go to another flight in stride, right? Just like when you're fasting, maybe you make a mistake on the whiteboard while you're teaching, right? Or you order from the wrong site because you made a bad comparison, right? Or you throw up even a couple of times, right? I did on my first day, actually. But then you take that in stride as, you know, I explored something that I never would have pushed myself. I haven't, a destination I haven't gone to in 30 years, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.